It was a Saturday evening when Joseph McMillan heard a knock on the door. When he answered it, he found a man dressed in a Boy Scout's uniform who told him that he was stranded on his trip around the world.
Captain Malpagane, who is walking around the world for a wage of £20,000, has arrived in Ireland. It would appear that the captain is in pursuit of fame rather than money, seeing as his father is a millionaire banker at Trenton, New Jersey. The conditions of the wager are that he must traverse the globe in scout uniform and complete his journey with a wife.
McMillan sent for Joseph Crawford, the secretary of the YMCA, who arrived a few minutes later with another person, Thomas Frederick Sims. They all listened to the man's stories.
I can tell you I've experienced hardships of real intensity. While in the heart of the vast continent, I was without food for 13 or 14 days, and 3 days without water. Shortly after crossing the White Nile at Cahal, I was attacked by a lion, which, after a hand-to-hand fight, I just managed to lift with a Scott Webley revolver.
The three men pulled together a loan of 12 shillings to help the stranded visitor pay for his hotel room. He promised to repay them on Monday, after he visited a bank in Enniskillen. It was Wednesday when Malpagane walked into Enniskillen. He visited the town hall, but got a frosty reception. The mayor had been told by the police that Malpagane was coming and that he was not who he claimed to be. He was next seen at the railway station, hastily boarding a train out of town. Meanwhile, the three men from Omagh were still waiting for their money. They contacted the local district inspector, who then issued a warrant throughout Ireland for the arrest of Malpagane, but he seemed to have disappeared. Then, on Friday the 20th of February, a suspicious man was seen disembarking from the late train at Queenstown Station. The next morning, Captain Malpagane was arrested. He was brought back to Omagh, where he was charged with obtaining money by false pretences. The trial attracted huge crowds, with one newspaper noting that fully 100 ladies occupied seats in the galleries. McMillan, Crawford and Sims all gave evidence, as did three bankers from Enniskillen. None of them had seen Malpagane in their respective banks. After 3 days of trial, the jury found him guilty. When the verdict had been given, Judge Ross was able to reveal some details about Malpagane's past. Who he was or where he came from, the judge didn't know, but in 1905 he turned up in South Africa. Over the next 6 years, he was arrested 10 times in 7 different cities for crimes of theft, fraud and impersonating the police. He committed these crimes under 2 different names, Thomas Thacker and Henry Vane Tempest. But by 1913 he was on a ship to Southampton, this time under the persona of Captain Malpagane, the world traveller. Thus began 7 months of adventures across Britain and Ireland. He stayed at top hotels and received the signatures of mayors and lord mayors. Overall, he claimed to have received 460 offers of marriage. He also became engaged. Twice. Judge Ross said that it was his duty to put an end to the inglorious career of a mean and mischievous man, and he was sentenced to 3 years of penal servitude. He had spent little over a month in Ireland, winning hearts and emptying pockets. But his journey, for now, was at an end.